Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do kind of a comparison video between the old Peripera Sugar Twinkle liquid glitter and the new version. The old one looked like this and it was a pretty good glitter. I feel like this came out around the time when Stila was getting a lot of hype for their liquid glitter, and I found this one on YesStyle and it was so inexpensive. It was like $6 to $8, I believe, so really not a lot, and it was so good. But this product came out a long time ago and I believe it's no longer available because Peripera has come out with a new one that is also called Sugar Twinkle, but it is a very different glitter and I wanted to compare them, tell you which one I like better, and yeah. So starting with the packaging, they look very different. The old Sugar Twinkle was way thicker and it had like a completely different look to it. The new one is very sleek, very tiny. It feels way more cheap, I have to say. The packaging felt a lot sturdier on the old one. This one feels pretty lightweight and it feels just more like child makeup in a way. So the packaging, I feel like in terms of how it feels quality wise, I think in the old one was a lot better, but I think the new one doesn't look half bad either. Like, it's very cute still, it still looks very Peripera-ish, so I don't have any issues with that. It's just that it looks a lot different. In terms of the applicators are also completely different. The old Sugar Twinkle one had a doe foot applicator, which for me was always a little bit too much to apply directly onto my eyelids. So what I usually did was I took a small detail brush like this one. I scraped off a little bit of the glitter from the applicator and applied it directly to my eyes that way. That way I had never too much glitter on and it was always very easy to pinpoint exactly where I wanted it, because this formula, the old formula, was pretty intense in terms of shimmer. So wherever you put the doe foot down, you would have a massive amount of shimmer, but also a big amount of base color. That is one of the things that I noticed right off the bat, is that the old one has a very strong undertone, a very strong base tone to it. So depending on which color you had, which this one I have is kitten beige, you would have a lot of color on your lid. So it wasn't the best glitter to use as like a topper if you wanted something transparent. So for me to make it as transparent as I could, I always used the small brush, applied it from the applicator. That way I had the least amount of color but the most amount of glitter. The new one has a very different applicator. It is almost like a liquid liner kind of brush tip, but a little thicker since it's not a liner. But I still think it's perfect enough to apply underneath the eye, like it's not too big or anything. And it's also very nice for the lid to create details in a specific area, so I don't feel the need as much to use my brush. I do like to use my brush still to distribute the product, because if I use all the glitter that is on the actual applicator at once, it's a lot of product. I feel like the old one was a more creamy formula. It wasn't as wet on the eye, and the new one, I wish, would have more glitter and less of that like gel wet consistency. It does dry after a minute. I think that it is way more transparent than the old one by far. The old one, sometimes I had issues when I applied the glitter underneath of my eye because it would sometimes fall on my cheeks. When I applied it on my lid, nothing happened, but I always had a little bit of an issue with my lower lash. With the new glitter, I do not have any issues. Like yesterday I wore it on my lower lash, today I have it on my lower lash and I don't experience any fallout, and also on my lid I don't experience any fallout. I don't get any sensitivity, although the new one has those hexagon shaped big glitter particles. I don't rub my eyes ever when I have makeup on, so I can't tell you if that feels kind of uncomfortable. But I did notice that when I was removing my makeup that I feel like one of the bigger glitter particles fell into my left eye, and I was feeling like I had almost like when you have a lash in your eye. Nothing major, but you have to be careful. It can be uncomfortable, especially if you are a contact lens wearer. Be aware that this glitter has big chunky glitter and it could potentially irritate your eyes. But in general, I think it's a very good glitter. I think it's way more versatile than the old one since it is very transparent, so you can apply this literally on top of any eyeshadow and it will not take away from the color you already have. It'll only apply a beautiful amount of glitter on top. They are still like so different to one another that I think it would have been the best idea to keep both formulas around, because the old one is truly a liquid glitter shadow and the new one is just liquid glitter. And one thing I also wish is that they come out with more colors, because at the moment there are only 3. This one is the lightest shade, it's 01. The old one had like a bunch of colors. So I really hope that they stuck up on colors. Overall, I am very satisfied with this new formula. I think it's really good to add just a little bit of extra sparkle to your eye makeup and to make it look a little bit more special. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up or don't. It's completely up to you. Make sure you follow me for more videos like these, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!